I'm Terry Baum. I'm a slightly world-renowned lesbian playwright, and I've been really making theater all my life. And I just now am performing in the Marsh in Berkeley. I play Lesbo solo, and I've toured all over the world as a solo performer. I'm in Cuba, you know. Europe and the United States, Canada, and Cuba. The most unusual places are Cuba, South Africa, and Israel. And also, I taught theater in Morocco. And so I'm 78, and I've been living in San Francisco pretty much most of the time since about 1975. So I've been here quite a long time. And I founded a feminist theater, Lilith Women's Theater, in 1975 in Berkeley. So that was my first project in the Bay Area.
So tell us something about your process of writing.
Well, I'll tell you the evolution of Lesbo solo, which is there's a lot of serendipity involved in my process. So Lesbo solo started when, like my friend Eric and I, we vaguely said we were going to take a vacation together. He lives in Los Angeles, and then he said, "Hey, the gay synagogue there is having an online auction, and there are 2 tickets to South Africa for $1,200. So I said, "Yeah, let's go to South Africa." So we bid. The highest bid was we bid $1,300, and then we were going to South Africa. So if I'm traveling, I would just as soon perform if I'm going to schlep all the way to South Africa. So I had a friend who got me bookings, 2 bookings. One was in the Lesbian Bar in Cape Town, and the other one was with the University of Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, which has this incredible, innovative theater program. It's called Theater for Life, and they're training people to do street theater. You're getting a degree in doing street theater and stuff like that. Very, very exciting. Anyhow, so I performed at both those places, and I put it together something that was I called Lesbo solo, and it was scenes from different things in my work, not a cohesive focus play, but all these different scenes. And then I've performed several times in the Fringe Festival, and that's a lottery. Okay, so but you have to have a title. So I thought, oh, I'll do what I did in South Africa in 2013, I think, and so I put in the title Lesbo solo, and I made it in the lottery, and it was it wasn't the first time I performed since the pandemic. I'd already done some performing. Anyhow, so then I started working on Lesbo solo with these scenes from different plays of mine. And there was one scene that was talking about my coming out, and it seemed to be expanding and eventually kicked all the other scenes off the cliff. So then I saw, oh, there's a unity to this. The unity is my experiences as a lesbian, and how I have evolved and how gay history has evolved. And the play starts in 1963 when I'm in high school and I'm in my literature class, and it turns out the teacher has a nervous breakdown and starts crying because there are rumors going around that she's a lesbian, and she runs out of the classroom crying, and then the rumors went away. And so it starts in 63 with that. And really, my friend I didn't even know what a lesbian was at that point. And when my friend told me, I thought, oh, she said that, oh, they're all child molesters and they shouldn't be teachers. I thought, oh yeah, well, I love Miss Pearl. She's my favorite teacher, but if she's a lesbian, no, she should be fired. And I have that in the play. That's the first scene. And then the last scene is in 2008, I go to the gay synagogue, BCC, in Los Angeles, which happens to be near my parents' house. So I did go there sometimes when I'm from LA. And there was Miss Pearl in the gay synagogue. So the rumors had been true. And here, all this time, she had found this family and home with the gay synagogue because she was this amazing person, So this whole arc of the play, it's just amazing. So it's my feeling that if the universe gives the really good stories to the storytellers, because why waste them on people who aren't storytellers, aren't. So, I received this amazing story. And then, so that's the beginning and end of the play. And it really reflects within my lifetime, the incredible difference. And including the fact that Miss Pearl gave a sermon to the synagogue about her life. And talked specifically about how terrifying it was to be a teacher and to be a lesbian, and knowing not only would you be fired, but you would be blackballed from the whole district. So you would have to move, if you wanted to continue to teach. So I would say there's always been quite a bit of things just happening and falling into place in my work, really. And initially, I was always in theater, but I rarely got cast. So that was not a path. And then I directed, when I was a senior in college, a one-act play, and that people for the first time told me, wow, you really can do this. You're great at this. Not any authority figures, but the other students told me. And then I thought, oh, okay, I'm not going to act. I'm going to be a director. And then when I became a feminist, which was really, 1968, it just started happening, or maybe a couple of years earlier, I was very committed to being a director. But once I became a feminist, there really was very little that I wanted to direct. At that point, all the feminist plays that have been written since 1968 didn't exist, so just the classic, plays. Anyhow, so that's when I had the desire to create work. And at first, I never thought of myself as a writer, but at first we did improvisations, and I was always an idea person, so I'd say, let's do improv, and so we developed plays through improvisation. And then I started, like, my play Immediate Family, the one that I showed you the poster of downstairs, where I said I was in this festival in Holland, and which that led to me meeting a woman and falling in love and moving to Amsterdam for 5 years. That play, now I was going to make a connection. Yeah, that was because my dog, I had put my dog to sleep, and I thought, oh, I can do this for my dog, but I can't do it for my girlfriend if my girlfriend was really dying and suffering. So that was the genesis of doing this play called Immediate Family, which is a woman at the bedside of her wife, really. I mean, they've been together for decades, but she has no legal power to say anything about her medical treatment.
Okay, I think that's